my gas. There we go. Intake. We made a little bit of a mess, but that's all right. Went ahead and got the cylinder head off. It's super easy. Take the valve covers off and you can see right here, you got your first set of head bolts right there, and then you got your secondaries right above it. But then you got these exterior ones too, kind of just to secure it a little bit. It's not bad at all. The only thing is for the intake, it's 14 millimeters, and then down here and in here it's all 13. Really stupid. Just why couldn't they make them all the same? I already went ahead and set the motor to TDC as well on cylinder 1, so if we pull this head off, you'll see this one's going to be up. For the sake of when we put the camshaft in, we'll not have to worry about it being all weird and everything, you know, just to save time in the long run. We're going to go ahead and pull that cylinder head off, and yeah. Another thing too is when we took it off, I expected the push rods to stay in place. They did not. So no idea which one goes where. So that'll be fun. If you grab that side, all we gotta do is pull. You got it?
Yeah. No.
I got it.
Alright, that's these. Here.
See, I wish the other ones did that.
Well, at least let's do this side.
Alright, well that one was successful. All the push rods stayed in place. Really wish I could say the same for the other side. They're all in really good condition. I'm about to get these lifters out right here and take this top timing gear off. I can't pull this one until I get a puller tool. I could order one online, but I'm trying to get this done by the weekend, and it's currently Thursday. So I'm gonna pull the lifters, get this off, take out the camshaft, and then figure out what the heck I'm gonna do with that. I could probably rent a kit from AutoZone. The thing is I checked at my store. They don't have one. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to see what the heck I'm gonna do about that. I tried prying it off, didn't work. As you know, I got this nice double roller over here I wanna use. And can't put that in until we get that gear out. What I'm about to do now is simply just start scraping away all this old gasket. I'm gonna take care of the heads later. Got them sitting over here. This one goes on the left. That's why it's on the left. Shove them in there, just like so. Make sure nothing gets in those pistons, because that would be horrible. Over here, I already got this part clear. Just a lot of RTV and whatnot in the way. So I also got to make sure I don't get anything in these threads or these little coolant ports and whatnot. Everything that's needed to be done at this point has been completed. We've gotten the heads removed, the push rods, lifters, all the surfaces have been scraped of the old metal pieces of absolute junk gaskets. At this point, we are about to start on the camshaft. So let's get it. I do have to get a puller for this bottom gear, which is stupid, but you know, we'll get to that later on. Oh, look at that shaft. That was weird. I don't know why I said it like that. Yeah, camshaft. Nah, that's crazy, yo. This is honestly the most work I've done to a motor myself on a personal car. Like, I did all of this through school, but it was never something I've ever done on my personal cars. You saw in my previous videos on my old channel about replacing the timing chain, the timing gears on my Explorer. Never pulled a camshaft out of it. I'm so stuck right now. I don't know why. I know why. I mean, it's an accomplishment for me. Something new. Got the new cam out. Oh yeah. Look at that lobe difference. Ooh. We're gonna have some chop, baby. Alright, so I ended up having to skip a little bit, but we got the camshaft installed. Came with some nice lube with it from Comcams too. I ended up buying a tube of grease. Ended up not needing it, but I can use that on the push rods and lifters, so it won't go to complete waste at all. The camshaft has been degreed, though it might slip out over time due to not being able to pull the crank gear yet, so there's still a little bit of time to get all that done, and you will see the process of that later. I'll walk you through it, explain it all. I'm not going to skip over some things like I have done, which I do apologize, but I can't record everything because I only have a set of 2 hands. So we're going to go ahead and get on with some other stuff. Now we got the heads over here. Went ahead and took the rockers off, you know, get it all ready to pull these springs off, put the new ones in. Push rods will be reused. They're all in pretty good condition, not too worried about that. Yeah, you're gonna see a cutscene here in just about a minute unless I record the process to get rid of these. I don't know if I feel like doing that though because I am lazy. But either way, we're gonna get it done. The spring compressor tool, we got the spring off to find that the valve seals are so old, they were dry rotted and solid and cracked when I took them off. There's the spring right there compressed. We got the new springs here, and there's our old valve seal sitting next to the new one. That's pretty crazy. Alright, so something interesting happened. Actually, a lot happened. 3 different things. While we were in the process of pulling the valve springs, the valve spring puller broke. I went to create a new one. I broke that one. Then I gave up on the valve springs, said I'd come back and do them later. So now I have half a guide pin, not guide pin, half a, one of the holding pins, whatever the heck you call them. I have half of one just sitting in there, and it's got the whole spring, you know, it's a whole different thing. Ooh, God, that needed to come out. So I went to do the timing set instead. As I'm putting the crank gear on, tooth flies off, goes flying across the room. Now I have to wait about 4 days for another timing set to come in. So, opposed to having the car done this morning, now I have to wait until next Tuesday. It's currently Saturday, so that's quite the wait. So we're just gonna go inside and we are going to focus on something else. So what we're doing right now is after I broke the puller, my neighbor decided to finally show me that he has a tool that is meant for this. It kind of acts more like a pry bar. You put a nut down on top of it. You know, leverage does its thing. All you do is push up on the pry bar and it puts pressure on the spring and compresses it. These springs, you gotta be careful because there's an inner coil that sits farther down and it's going to be heavier on that end. You want to put that facing the base because if you do that, you know, it's just physics does its thing and it's stupid. So put the heavy side towards the bottom on the surface. It's crazy. There's no way that took about, what, 3.5 hours total after yesterday? That's insane. What have we learned from this? Don't waste your money on a freaking $40 tool when you can get a freaking pry bar with a hole in it basically and screw it on to these studs here and just press down on all of these. How much easier was that? An insane amount to point of embarrassment. That's wild.